No one really knows the true origin of the haunted house as an attraction. Regardless of how they got their start, they remain one of the most popular and lucrative seasonal businesses. Numbering over 2,000 variations annually, scaring over 12 million guests to create a multi-billion-dollar enterprise.
You know, people pay McDougal cash to come in here and get scared. I'm cheating them. I'm getting scared for nothing.
One of the earliest known commercial haunts is this Orton and Spooner attraction built in the UK in 1915. That same year, some 17,000 miles due west, another construction job was underway, and well into its 21st year. It was not designed to be a haunted house. On the contrary, its intention was quite the opposite. Winchester Mansion, dubbed the Mystery House by Harry Houdini in 1924, is one of San Jose's most instantly recognizable landmarks. It is the legacy of Sarah Winchester, widow of gun magnate William Wirt Winchester. Sarah oversaw its construction and the crews that worked non-stop on the mansion for 38 years, from 1884 until the 1922 death of Mrs. Winchester. The 4-story, 160-room mansion was sold to a local investor 5 months after her death and was opened to the public as a tourist attraction in 1923. It has since become one of the world's most popular haunted destinations. At the time of its construction, it was intended to ward off unfriendly spirits. In subsequent years, with talk of unexplained occurrences, the house is widely believed to be haunted. With the popularity of haunted attractions, it seems that the mansion and the seasonal haunts would be a match made in, well, wherever such matches are made. Although Sarah Winchester has been gone for some 90 years, interest in her story continues to grow. In September 2011, the Winchester Mystery House opened for the very first time in its history a haunt maze. Fright Nights, The Curse of Sarah Winchester, was produced by Imagination Design Works.
Brett Tomberlin, our producer, he's the executive CEO of Imagination Design Works, approached Winchester. He went to school at Santa Clara. He thought it was a really interesting story, and he thought it would make a great movie. So he approached Winchester about it, kind of pitched the movie to them, and as he was pitching the movie, he came up with a couple other ideas, a clothing line, and Fright Nights. And that's how Fright Nights kind of became an idea on the table.
Catherine Cobbs is no stranger to the haunt business. She brings with her a very impressive resume.
I started working for the Disneyland Resort in 2005 during their 50th anniversary. I was one of the opening performers and trainers on Mickey's Halloween Treat in 2006. It was a lot of fun, not quite the same kind of scary that we do here. So I left Disney and started working for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios in Hollywood, which is one of the biggest Halloween attractions in the country. A friend of mine from Disney actually introduced me to Brett, and we sat down, and he didn't quite have someone yet that knew the entertainment side with working with performers. And so I sat down, I said a lot of things, and he said, "You're scaring me, but in a good way." And that's where our partnership started.
The first year of Fright Nights took 2 years of planning, developing characters and scares before it could be unleashed on the public. With everything in place, Fright Nights started its run on September 30th, 2011. An estimated 30,000 people experienced the maze in the first year. The success of Fright Nights paved the way for a larger, more exciting maze to run at the Winchester Mansion in 2012. In order to bring their vision of Fright Nights to life, the team first had to find performers to fill the various roles.
I start posting for castings in about June. I'll start approaching different companies that do like SF casting, Actors Access, just various actor postings for talent. And then we'll start doing a regular Craigslist posting, trying to reach out as much as possible into the community. We talk to the schools right before they let out for summer, let them know, their theater departments know that we're about to cast for this event, and try to get as many people to hear about auditions as possible. Then in early August, we hold 3 days of cattle call auditions. So it's an open audition for anyone to come and audition, whether you have theater experience or not. Anyone can be trained. So we look at lots of different things during casting. We usually bring a small group in, do a kind of a short interview. What's your name? Where are you from? Why do you want to work for Fright Nights? Any prior experience that you have. Then from there, we actually ask them to scare each other in the room, show us lots of interesting body movement, lots of energy. It is a long night. I'm always looking for actors with tons and tons of energy.
Although Imagination Design Works is headquartered in Los Angeles, it's refreshing to know that the company insisted on hiring local talent. During these difficult times for the job market, this is welcome news for many job seekers in the Bay Area.
Last year we had a cast of 59 and then we had 17 maze attendants. This year our cast is over 100 and we also have over 30 maze attendants. So we're looking to cast, after the end of the event, we're done with about 150 employees for this year. Last year we were about half that size, still pretty big, but everyone, our local hires, everybody's coming from as far as San Francisco, as locally as just down the street in San Jose, Cupertino, Campbell. We definitely want to reach out to the community to pull talented folks from the community with an enthusiasm for horror and for this type of event.
It takes the team about a week after auditions to make its final selections. Once casting is complete, the performers undergo exclusive training, including Scare School, where they are taught the finer points of, well, frightening innocent people.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
With the casting complete and training behind them, it's time for the performers to become familiar with the haunt, and in particular, with their zones.
Last year we had about half as many show scenes as this year. We have almost 30 show scenes this year. We did change quite a bit from last year. Obviously in your first year, you want to do something great right off the gate. We were ranked 12th in an international poll. We had lots of wonderful reviews from Scare Zone and Haunted Bay and Haunt World. So the first thing we thought this year in development was, how do we outdo last year, but still keep that theming of Sarah Winchester and the legend behind her, and the legend behind the Winchester rifle. So we've saved a few scenes from last year. Some things are a little bit similar but have new twists to them. But obviously we had to go bigger and better this year, outdo ourselves from last year.
The costumes and makeup for Fright Nights are characters unto themselves and are crucial to its believability. A foam latex piece like this one takes up to an hour and a half to apply.
It's a showstopper, man.
We have several animatronics. One big animatronic everyone seems to enjoy this year is our collapsing bridge, which falls about 1.5 feet into water and then sprays a little bit of water back on. Another animatronic we have is a Venus flytrap that opens up and there's a man inside who's been trapped. So we definitely have a lot of new this year, as well as new characters as well, expanding the cast from about 60 to over 100. We had to add lots of new characters this year. And you are all so important, maze attendants, makeup artists, everybody, to getting this production together. And I just want to say thank you all right now for the crazy that is about to ensue.
In the spirit of working with and within the local community, Imagination Design Works doesn't stop at just hiring local.
This year, new for Fright Nights, we're doing a college program. So we've gone around to local schools. What we'd like to do for them is to offer a special student price ticket, and then $5 of that ticket goes back to that school for fundraising. So we've been working with Santa Clara, San Jose State University. College kids are definitely that demographic that love these type of events. Plus we want to give back to their organizations as well.
The local businesses in the area of the Winchester Mystery House have always seen the benefit of tourism dollars. With the addition of Fright Nights, it means additional revenue. Imagination Design Works has made visiting the maze more appealing to its guests and for local businesses.
We have lots of marketing partnerships this year. We like to offer the local community as many discount options as possible. We've partnered with Costco to do a 2-pack of tickets to local Bay Area Costco's. We also work with Togo's, local Psycho Donuts, and they carry our $5 off coupons, as well as Dead Dogs Hot Dogs, which is a local food truck style. They serve out of a coffin, so it's very themed to us. So we definitely reach out to that, as well as Santana Row. We work with them. They're right across the street. Obviously, we want that traffic from Santana Row to Winchester Mystery House and vice versa. We constantly send people over to them, their restaurants. Obviously, lots of options.
The legacy of Sarah Winchester is in full view at 525 Winchester Boulevard in San Jose. But now it's been announced. The legend is coming to a theater near you.
We are working with Exclusive Media and Hammer Films. Hammer's known for their classic horror, and they partner with Exclusive, so they're one company now, Exclusive Media. They did The Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe earlier this year. They've also done End of Watch, lots of movies coming out recently from their studio, and they are our partners for the Winchester movie. I can't say too much to give away too much. We'll be shooting in January and February. Their script is currently in development, but it will, shine the light on Sarah, obviously the legend, and it will be a period piece.